listen to me right here, right now. Life isn't waiting for you to catch up. Every second you sit, every excuse you make, someone else is taking your dream and making it real. You want growth, you want change. Then you've got to face the truth, the raw, uncomfortable truth. And today, I'm giving you 5 truths. 5 truths for personal growth that will either change your life or remind you why you're still stuck where you are. Listen to me. Right now, where you're sitting scrolling, thinking about what you could do, I need you to hear this. Life isn't waiting for you. It's moving fast. And if you're still pointing fingers, making excuses, wondering why things aren't happening, let me tell you something, nothing will change until you own it. The moment you stop blaming the world, the moment you stop saying, it's not my fault, that's the moment growth sneaks in. That's the moment everything shifts. We all face challenges, bosses who don't see your worth, deadlines that crush you, family that doesn't understand, bills piling up, opportunities slipping through your fingers. The world doesn't care, life doesn't care, but you can decide, you can stand up and say, this is mine, I take it. And when you do, watch how people start seeing you differently, how doors start opening, how even the setbacks feel smaller. Look at Oprah Winfrey, born in poverty, faced abuse, rejected and doubted by everyone around her. She didn't wait for a handout. She didn't cry about how unfair life was. She owned her story. She said, this is me. This is my life. I am responsible. She built a platform that changed the world, not because life was easy, but because she refused to let life be her excuse. And you can do the same in your way, in your story, in your life. Here's the practical part, how you turn this truth into action. Start by looking in the mirror every morning and saying, I am responsible. Write down the things you complain about, boss, family, money, health. Then, next to each complaint, write what you can do about it. That's your action plan, no one else, not your friend, not your neighbor, not your government, you. Take the first step today, even if it's small. Make one call, send one email, write one page. Do one thing you've been avoiding because you think it's someone else's fault. That's how responsibility grows. That's how power grows. Let me tell you something real. Being responsible isn't always comfortable. It's scary. It means admitting you messed up, that you could have done better. But here's the beauty, every time you do it, every time you take ownership, something changes inside you. You feel lighter, you feel stronger, you feel capable. You start seeing doors instead of walls. People start trusting you. Opportunities find you because you're no longer hiding behind excuses. You are showing up fully, owning your life, claiming your growth. So today, I want you to remember this. Stop blaming. Stop waiting. Stop thinking life owes you something. Look yourself in the eye, take that responsibility and do one thing, just one thing. And right now to take control. That's where growth begins. That's where your story changes. That's where the rest of your life starts. Comfort kills growth. Think about that for a second. The sofa feels good. Your job feels safe. Your routine is predictable. You tell yourself, I'm fine, I'm okay. But here's the truth. Fine is the enemy of great. Safe is the enemy of extraordinary. Growth doesn't happen when life is easy. Growth happens when you're uncomfortable, when you're stretching, when you're sweating, when your heart's racing because you're doing something you've never done before. Look at J.K. Rowling, you know the story. Rejected by 12 publishers. 12 times they said no. Most people would have quit. Most people would have gone back to a safe life, a steady paycheck, a quiet routine. But not her. Every rejection, every no was fuel. She felt the discomfort. She leaned into it, and she kept going. That's how the wizard was born. That's how the story that changed millions of lives came to be. Let me tell you something real. Comfort is sneaky. It whispers in your ear, you're okay. Don't risk it. Don't push it. And you listen. You stay in the small circle of what's familiar. You scroll through social media. You binge another show. You sip another cup of coffee while your dreams wait on the sidelines. And slowly, without realizing it, you shrink. Your potential gets smaller day by day, minute by minute. Here's what you do about it. First, recognize the signs. Fear, anxiety, that tightness in your chest when you think about taking the next step. Good. That's not a warning. That's a signal. That's the universe saying, this is where your growth lies. Step into it. Second, act despite it. Don't wait for the fear to disappear. It won't. Step anyway. Make the call, write the email, pitch your idea, speak up. Walk into that room. Discomfort is the doorway, courage is the key. I remember when I decided to take a risk in my own life. I had a stable job, a paycheck I could count on, bills covered, everything comfortable. But I felt restless. I wanted more. I felt fear sure. My hands shook, my mind raced, my heart pounded. But I stepped out anyway. I took that leap. The first day was terrifying. The first week almost unbearable. But here's the thing, every uncomfortable moment pushed me further than I ever imagined. Every struggle became a lesson, every fear a step toward what I wanted most. Here's the actionable takeaway every week. Do one thing that scares you. Just one. It doesn't have to be huge. Send that pitch. Speak up in a meeting. Apply for that opportunity. Say the hard words. Each time you stretch, you expand. Each time you embrace discomfort, you grow. Comfort is temporary, but growth lasts forever. So remember this. If it feels safe, it's probably shrinking you. If it feels uncomfortable, it's probably stretching you. And if it feels terrifying, good. That's your signal. Step into it. Lean into it. That's where transformation happens. That's where your future self is waiting for you. Stop fearing failure. Stop treating it like a judgment, like the end of the line. It isn't. It's not a sentence. Failure is a teacher, a mentor, a blueprint for your next move. But here's the thing. Most people run from it. They see a mistake, a rejection, a setback, and they retreat. They shrink. They hide. They think, I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. And that's exactly what keeps dreams locked away, invisible, collecting dust. Michael Jordan didn't get it right the first time. He got cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine that. The kid dreaming of the NBA, the kid who lived and breathed basketball, told he wasn't good enough. Most would have quit. Most would have packed it up and gone home. But not him. He used that failure. He studied it. He trained harder. Every miss, every loss, every failure became data for his next attempt. He failed forward, and eventually he became the greatest. That's the lesson. Failure isn't the enemy. It's your roadmap. Let me tell you a personal story. I remember the first time I tried something I really cared about. I put myself out there fully committed, heart and soul, only to be turned down publicly. Embarrassingly, I felt that familiar knot of shame and doubt tighten in my chest. But then I thought, what is this teaching me? Where is the lesson? And when I looked closely, I saw it. My approach was off. My timing was wrong. My preparation was sloppy. That failure didn't crush me. It sharpened me. I fixed it. I learned. And when I tried again, I succeeded in ways I couldn't have imagined before. That's the power of failing forward. Here's the practical part. You need to change how you see failure. The next time you stumble, don't panic. Don't hide. Don't make excuses. Ask, what can I learn here? How can I use this? Write it down. Analyze it. Break it apart. Each failure is a lesson disguised as a setback. Every rejection is a clue. Every mistake is a step closer to the version of yourself that can handle success. Most people never reach their potential because they let fear of failure stop them. They don't even try. Don't be that person. Step forward, even when you're afraid. Test the waters. Risk the embarrassment, risk the loss, because here's the truth, nothing grows without risk. Nothing succeeds without the lessons hidden in the struggle. Every failure you survive and study is a brick in the foundation of your success, so embrace it, profit from it. Let failure teach you, shape you, push you. Treat it like a mentor, not a monster. Every fall is a step forward if you choose to see it that way. Every mistake is a map showing exactly how to get to the place you want to be. Your failures are not the end. They are the start of everything you've ever wanted. Motivation is fleeting. Inspiration is temporary. One day you feel like a lion. The next day you can't even get out of bed. That's life. That's human nature. But growth doesn't care about how you feel. Growth doesn't wait for you to feel inspired. Growth is built on one thing, discipline. Discipline is forever. Discipline doesn't need excitement. Discipline doesn't need fireworks. It just needs you to show up day after day, even when you don't feel like it. Think about Warren Buffett. He didn't wake up one morning rich. He didn't find a magical shortcut. He read, he invested, he studied for decades. Every single day, a little step, a little action, consistently, compounding. That's the secret. Not flashy motivation, not random bursts of energy, but the slow, steady grind, the work that no one sees. That's how fortunes are built. That's how legacies are created. And it works the same way for your life, for your skills, for your dreams. I remember when I decided to commit to something bigger than myself. I wasn't feeling it. I was tired, exhausted, doubting if I even had what it takes. But I showed up anyway, not once, not twice, every single day, small steps, writing a paragraph, making a call, talking to one person every day, even when the world told me to quit, even when my body said rest, even when my mind screamed, "You're done." That's what built momentum. That's what turned a whisper of a dream into something real. And it can work for you too. Here's how you make it happen. Decide on one thing you will do consistently. One thing, not 10, not 100, one. Write it down, make it non-negotiable. Show up every single day. Some days you'll barely scrape by. Some days you'll crush it, doesn't matter. Consistency beats intensity. One step every day beats 1,000 random sparks of motivation that fade before breakfast. Don't wait for excitement. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Show up now, again tomorrow, and again the day after. That's how you build unstoppable momentum. Consistency isn't glamorous. It's not flashy. It doesn't make headlines, but it makes results. It transforms ordinary people into leaders. It turns small dreams into empires. And here's the truth. Motivation will never last, but discipline will carry you through every storm. It will carry you when fear, doubt, and distractions show up. It will carry you when the world tries to stop you. It will carry you when you want to quit. So start small. Start now. Show up even when you feel nothing. Write that paragraph. Make that call. Take that step. Tomorrow, do it again, and the day after, keep showing up consistently, relentlessly. That's how life changes. That's how dreams become real. That's how you win when motivation fades, but discipline remains. Growth isn't just about you. That's the hard truth most people never realize. You can chase money, you can chase status, you can chase comfort, but if it's only about you, it will never fill the empty space inside. True growth, the kind that lasts, the kind that transforms you and the people around you, comes when you serve something bigger than yourself. When your purpose stretches beyond your own wants, beyond your own fears, beyond your own life. That's when energy shows up in ways you never thought possible. Look at Elon Musk. Everyone sees the flashy cars, the rockets, the headlines. But it's never just about him. Tesla isn't about building a car. It's about saving the planet. SpaceX isn't about a rocket. It's about humanity surviving beyond Earth. That's purpose. That's vision. That's why when the challenges come, when investors doubt, when rockets explode, he doesn't quit. Because he's not just working for himself, he's working for something that matters. And that's what fuels resilience. That's what fuels obsession. That's what fuels greatness. I remember when I first started thinking about impact, I was caught up in what I could get. The promotions, the recognition, the small victories that look good on paper. And then I saw someone I respected, someone who had nothing, giving everything, time, energy, heart, to a cause bigger than themselves. I realized something. My growth stopped when it was all about me. But the moment I started thinking about how I could help, how I could influence, how I could serve, doors started opening. Opportunities I didn't earn. Connections I didn't chase. Energy I didn't know I had. Suddenly it was all there. Purpose changes you. Purpose elevates you. Purpose pushes you past limits you never knew existed. Here's what you do. Find your why, not a cute idea, not a hashtag, a real why. Ask yourself, who am I serving? What difference do I want to make? How can my growth touch others? Write it down. Keep it in front of you. Every time you feel tired, every time you want to quit, remind yourself, this is bigger than me. Take one action that aligns with that purpose every day. Maybe it's mentoring someone. Maybe it's creating something that helps people. Maybe it's speaking a word of encouragement. Small acts consistent with a bigger vision compound into massive impact. When you serve something bigger than yourself, fear changes. Doubt changes. The obstacles that used to paralyze you no longer matter. You find strength in impossible moments. You find energy in exhaustion. You find courage in fear. Your growth becomes unstoppable because it's no longer just about survival or comfort. It's about contribution, about legacy, about meaning. So I challenge you, step outside yourself. Find a purpose that pulls you. Tie your growth to something greater. Let your life be more than a story about you. Let it be a story about change, about influence, about impact. When you do, you won't just grow, you'll thrive, you'll inspire, and you'll leave a mark that lasts far longer than any achievement ever could. So here's the choice. Right here, right now, you can stay comfortable. You can sit back, scroll through your phone, binge another show, and pretend that life is happening for you. You can keep blaming your circumstances, your boss, the economy, your family, your past. You can let fear run the show and wait for motivation to magically show up. You can chase only yourself, only your comfort, only the small, safe version of your life. And that's fine if you're okay with watching your dreams shrink. Or you can step into these truths. You can own your life fully. No excuses. No finger pointing. When life throws challenges at you, you don't step back, you step forward. You embrace the discomfort. You lean into the fear. You study your failures because they are not the end. They are the lessons that build the foundation of your success. You show up consistently every day, even when you don't feel like it. You take one step, then another, until momentum builds and your small efforts compound into something unstoppable. Here's the thing, none of it is going to come to you. Growth isn't waiting at your doorstep. It's not hiding in some app, some shortcut, some magic formula. Growth is out there. It's running, moving, evolving. And if you want it, you have to chase it. You have to grab it. You have to refuse to let it go. That means doing the hard things, saying the hard words, making the tough calls, showing up when you're tired, when you're afraid, when everyone else is quitting. That's where your future self is waiting for you. That's where your potential lives. And here's the kicker. When you tie your growth to something bigger than yourself, something that matters, something that impacts lives beyond your own, everything changes. Energy you didn't know you had shows up. Courage you didn't think was inside you becomes a habit. Resilience becomes second nature. You start waking up before sunrise because your purpose demands it. You start working when everyone else is sleeping because your vision is bigger than the obstacles, and slowly, deliberately, relentlessly, you become unstoppable. So I'm asking you, no, I'm daring you to make the choice today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Decide you will own your life. Decide you will embrace discomfort. Decide you will learn from every failure. Decide you will show up day after day. Decide you will serve something greater than yourself. The clock is ticking. The world won't wait. Your future self is counting on you. And when you look back one day, you'll thank yourself for starting now, for refusing to settle, for refusing to let fear and comfort dictate your story. Start today. Start now. Take the first step. Make the call. Write the paragraph. Speak the hard words. Move your body. Move your mind. Move your life. And never, ever let go. Because the life you want, the one you deserve, is waiting. And it's waiting for the you that refuses to wait for anything.